So we talked about fees, we talked about risk tolerance, and now let's talk about diversification. I kind of touched on that. What is diversification? So diversification is basically, think of it this way. When you have your meal, you are having, hopefully you're supposed to have a balanced meal, right? And they taught my kids in school, have different colors. You want to have protein, and you want to have carbs, and you want to have fruit and vegetables, and and all these different types of food that you will want to have as part of your balanced meal. Creating a properly diversified portfolio is the same thing. You want to have different types of investments that represent different sectors of the market. So like I said, there are stock investments and bond investments, there are real estate investments, there are currency investments, there are investments in precious metals, there are international and domestic investments, there are large cap investments and small cap investments and mid cap investments. So what you want to do, ideally speaking, is you want to have as many mixes of things as possible. You also want to, as part of your analyzing of the portfolio or the different investment plans, you want to understand the correlation between one type of investment versus the other. And typically speaking, you want to have low correlating asset classes. And I know I'm probably speaking in jargon, but that's okay. You can ask me questions, but I'll give you an example. Stocks versus bonds. Typically speaking, this is not always the case, but typically when stocks are doing well, when the stocks go up, bonds go down. So that means they have an inverse relation with each other. Same thing goes with basis. If you have large cap growth does well, the large cap, it's either one or the other. One does better than the other, right? Also, you have real estate investment trusts. They have low correlation to other investment options. So there are many ways to try to reduce your risk by mixing more asset classes, more flavors, if you want to think of it that way. It's going to bring the overall portfolio, the risk of the portfolio down, and that's going to help you to smooth out the edges. So in my example, if you have $10,000 in a worse performing market, when markets are down, economy is bad, and things are not performing well, hopefully, as having part of a diversified portfolio, the reason you want to have a diversified portfolio is because you're going to have lesser lows and lesser highs. So you're smoothing the edges. And also there are some investments that offer guarantees. I don't know if you have heard of, instead of buying just regular CDs, you can also buy structured CDs or structured notes. And these are vehicles or investment vehicles where you can have either a principal protection, which means you don't lose your money. You may not make money. That's your worst case scenario, but you will not lose your principal. And your money is linked to some sort of an index. It could be the S&P 500, it could be Russell 1000, it could be IFA index, it could be many other indexes, it could be, and the idea behind is that a lot of people want to be invested, but they cannot afford to take the risk. And for those people, those structured investments, structured notes, or structured CDs come in very, very handy, because like I said, sometimes they pay minimum interest, so you can count on a minimum interest and potentially more interest if the investment does well. So these are the things you want to pay attention to, you want to understand, and more importantly, you want to have a diversified portfolio of your overall investment plan.